The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
Okay, for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons, right? What time is it? A lot of technical difficulties on today's episode, which is what? All about that win against the Florida Panthers. Enjoy.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen, and I had to let the music run. That's how I'm feeling. Anyways, again, my name's Kyle Bowen, but more importantly, this is the show where we give you your Canucks every day, and those Canucks do just that. And they've done it twice, okay? Already on Hockey Night in Canada, and that's produce W's on Saturday night. And you know what, people? It's pretty obvious. We deserve that. We deserve that early on. And if you really look at things this way, things are different. Honestly, I would run the promo right now. Just to feel something, okay? Things are different. Look, by far and away, not a perfect performance, nor a perfect team. But wins against Edmonton and Florida to start the season on Saturday night, that's showing me something. Something of a team that is led by Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, and Thatcher Demko. And do I gotta add JT Miller to that pedestal? I think that dude has leveled up. We'll talk more about him in a couple of minutes. Why? Because let's talk about the guy that's just like Beggsy and I. In fact, it's not that long ago where I think this happened. I don't know if I was dreaming or not, but Beggsy gave me a phone call. And he said, you know what, Kyle, I know you might see that and that and that and that, and this and that is already there, but man, oh man, if Phil Giuseppe can live his dream, do him, find his way by ultimately not giving up, then we have a chance at what? We're not going to tell you just yet. But Beggsy was dreaming, and he was dreaming big, and he's continuing to dream, and I think a big part of that is his family, but a bigger part of that is a guy like Phil Giuseppe. That dude loves Phil Giuseppe. He's doing it, just like you and I, finding a way and doing it well. That's why he's going to stick around. He produced one of the biggest goals the Canucks have scored in a long time. It feels like that. Early on, this game matters. And he did that. And that's beat OEL. On a forecheck. On a battle. At the end of his shift. Let's be honest, let's be real. That's the end of his shift. And he's doing that. And getting the puck over to Kuzmenko. And Kuzmenko does the rest. And can we circle it back, right? To the OEL thing. It's funny with OEL because it's not personal. He's never done anything to us. There was never really a long-term relationship there anyways, right? He was barely here. We shouldn't take it personal with that guy, but it felt good to see Phil Giuseppe beat that guy to the puck. Because OEL is going to be hurting the Canucks for a long time, and it's painful. It's producing not hate for the guy, but annoyance. And annoyance and hate, they're cousins, right? It felt good, real good, to see OEL get that type of treatment from a Vancouver Canuck. And I said it earlier, right? Things are different. That felt like the hockey gods. That felt like the hockey gods were not only on our side, but are on our side. Now, why not assume the best? Speaking of the best, is Quinn Hughes the best defenseman in the NHL? Probably not. But he's top 3. He has to be. And on some years, he's going to win a Norris. It's just the truth. This dude is accountable. He's gotten better. You can tell that he embodies being a captain and taking on more responsibility, which is a good thing because I think this team, and we're going to see it. We're going to see it here. I'm predicting this, okay? Quinn Hughes, 25 minutes a game, sure. 26, 27, sure. But early on, I feel as if we're about to see this dude play 28 to 29 minutes a game. I really think so. I just talked about how important this game was, right? How big of a goal Kuzmenko just scored was. And here we had this big game on a Saturday night being played, and Tyler Myers, the dude who's making how much money, play only 13 minutes a game. And that's great. That's great. Which is ironic, but we all know it. He has to be the number 60 man or the number 70 man on this team for it to settle down. That's step 1. And if that's going to happen, yeah, you can disperse the minutes, spread them out, or you can give most of them to Quinn Hughes. Do you really want to be playing Carson Soucy 2019? You know what I'm saying? Ian Cole being used as a number 3 D-man, being that important. You know what I'm saying? Are we better off just giving those minutes, giving that workload to Quinn Hughes? And it's reminiscent, again, of what teams do in the playoffs, right? You ride those guys, those number 1 D-men. And maybe some people are confused by this, this theory or this solution that I'm coming up with. And maybe that's because, yeah, it's not the playoffs yet. And B, we've never had a guy like this. We've never had a guy back there that can dictate the pace of the game at all times, pretty much when he's on the ice. Hence why you play a guy like that 30 minutes, 31 minutes a game in the playoffs. Your best guys produce wins. You play your best guys a lot, there's a better chance that you're going to win. That's why they're playing them 25 minutes. But for an organization, again, that desperately needs to produce wins, and he wants to be part of a winner too. Now look at the quotes that he had in training camp. Maybe he wants it. It could be a lot, but Quinn Hughes definitely reminds me of that type of athlete. Again, silently cocky, super aware of how good he is. Humble with it, which makes him so dangerous. But more notable to me, it's his availability to the pressure. You can kind of see this guy. And what's the saying that they've been using? Do something with pressure. I say, or Steven Jackson says, or Jamie Foxx says, you gotta make love to the pressure. Quinn Hughes seems like that type of guy. He can handle it. Still growing, still young, still a lot to learn. These games matter. Today felt good. Now let's talk about one more thing. I know I'm all over the place. But this what happens when you press record. It happens. I'm sorry. Not really. Now, maybe a lot of you guys, though, will be saying sorry to JT Miller at multiple times throughout the season, because it's clear to me that he's gotten better, too. At the age of what, 30? There's a different level to that guy's intensity. That guy's involvement in the game. Well, what does Faber say? The whole dog thing. It's pretty obvious that guy's the biggest dog on the team. He goes hard. And he's again, been more involved, and I think it's making him into a more complete factor in the game, and he seems to be a guy that will use more playing time, more involvement, more intensity, and find a way to still create more offense. I don't think him being more of a two-way guy is going to take away from the need for JT Miller on this version of the Canucks to get back to being that 90-point guy. And on that power play, and again, being more involved throughout the game, I feel as if he's going to carry more swagger more consistently throughout the season. I think he's clearly a guy that doesn't want to lose this season. Making love to the pressure. Well, what's the quote? What's their slogan? Move with the pressure? More with the pressure? Move with the pressure? Is that it? The moment is the pressure? Peace and love to the pressure? I don't even know. Anyways, I want to talk about one more thing. We got to go to break. Pettersson, right? Pettersson talked to Elliot Friedman sometime in the summer, and that interview came out, and it made me emotional. It did. Anyways, let's cut to break and finish off this episode of Locked On Canucks, right? It's not that hard. Thanks for being here.
You gotta slap on the Birddogs, baby, because, Kyle and I, we're getting older, grumpier, crustier, and the one thing keeping us young, fresh, and sexy is Birddogs.
Hey.
Without that, I'm telling you, man, I'm in this gray room with the tree behind me, man.
You know what else is keeping me sexy? I tell people
What?
all the time, man, I'm host of Locked On Canucks, one of them. I tell them that all the time. Nothing sexier than a hockey podcaster, I'm telling you, man. Birddogs and dude, I'm gonna get the Locked On logo embroidered on my tidy whities from Birddog right in the middle. What?
Birddogs, honestly, man, you make a great point because,
Yeah.
Hockey podcaster, they are sexy for sure.
Yeah, man.
And wearing Birddogs is pretty much the sexiest thing you could do. Birddogs, they're functional for any occasion, okay? You can wear them, before you're about to make love. You can wear them to, parties. You can wear them golfing, dates for an evening.
Oh,
you
dude,
can
they help
wear
you
them for
last
anything,
longer.
man.
They help you last longer in bed
100%.
because of the confidence.
Yeah. No, there's little hummingbirds in some pairs of the Birddog shorts that, they get me a
Oh, what? I don't even know. Okay, that one's gonna have
true
to.
story, man. True story. All I gotta say, okay, go find out yourself. Go to birddogs.com/LockedOnNHL or enter promo code LockedOnNHL at checkout for a free Birddogs water bottle with your order. That's birddogs.com/LockedOnNHL for a free water bottle at checkout. You won't want to take your Birddogs off, except for lovemaking. Maybe not even then. We promise ya.
People, before we get back to the show, baby, I gotta tell you that new episodes of Locked On Canucks will be available wherever you stream podcasts and on YouTube at 4:20 p.m. for no reason at all, okay? New episodes every day at 4:20 p.m. Again, wherever you stream podcasts and on YouTube. Let's get back to the show. Okay, you're back on another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen, but more importantly, again, this is a show where we give you your Canucks every day. Hit the subscribe button and the like button if you did enjoy today's episode. And today's game, or tonight's game, pretty much just like this damn episode, right? All over the place. And that's okay, because we got the win, right? It feels good to be a winner on the weekend. I got a chance to go, 2-0? If the Packers win tomorrow, I'm 2-0. You know what type of energy I'm going to be bringing to the program next week if that happens? That's a life I'm trying to live. I'm also trying to live a life where Pettersson remains a Vancouver Canuck for another handful of years. I know. Kind of weird for a podcaster to say. For this dude to say, right? My life would be better if that guy continued to play on my team. But it's too obvious. It's too obvious that dude is going to be a winner. You don't stop guys like that. You don't. And what did he say during that that Elliot Friedman interview, right? A lot of things. Things that kind of concerned us, gave us nightmares, made us assume the worst, made us put more pressure on this season, right? All those things, all those emotions. But he said something way more important during the full disposal of that interview, right? He talked about getting emotional and crying when Messi won a World Cup. This dude's a winner. He gets it. And he wants it. Nothing is guaranteed. But I have no doubt in my mind that that guy is going to get it. And that's all the success in the NHL. And I know there's like a lot of players in any sport who think the same and want the same and get emotional about how powerful the sport can be and how winning championships are just that thing, right? The epitome. Euphoric. It's what it's all about. I know a lot of athletes think like that, but Pettersson being one of those athletes and Pettersson being one of those guys who is that talented, makes that dream come true. And we've seen enough. We've had him for a while, okay? Vancouver, the people, the city, yes, the city, and the organization, okay? Roll out the red carpet. Y'all are coming home this week. Get the press conference ready, okay? 8 years, $100+ million. It is what it is. Y'all will be laughing at that contract a couple years from now. And maybe, just maybe, smiling. Producing the biggest smiles ever seen also on this side of town because this guy's going to help you win a Stanley Cup. That's worth $100 million. Yo, this guy is just incredibly gifted, incredibly wired. And, I don't know, we've seen enough. The rest of the league, they're about to see it too. They're going to talk about it. It's going to happen inevitably. Let's just make the deal happen. And if it's not going to happen this week, can we have it before Christmas? Can we have it during the holidays? That would be a gift. Produced for the city, produced by the hockey gods. And I said it earlier this episode, right? It feels like the hockey gods are on our side. I guess on that note, right before I sign out of here, Mikheyev, he's back. There was some concern from me that he would be gone longer, but he was only gone for 4 games? And not at his best, but it looks to be the missing piece to Kuzmenko and Pettersson, and that's exciting. I'm expecting myself to lean on that line a lot. Anyways, let me get out of here. That's all I got. Again, all over the place when we press record and do the post-game show, right? It is what it is. And what it is an experience, and we're extremely blessed. Extremely blessed. I paused there, almost got emotional myself. This is a full circle moment for not only myself, but to the Don't Doze Art Lab, right? The city, man, this side of the world. It's what it's all about. Shout out to your neighbors, all right? Anyways, that was another episode of Locked On Canucks. One love to Trevor Beggs. One love to the Locked On Podcast Network. These people, man, showing up every day. We're only doing it because of them, right? You're only as good as the people you keep around, right? That's the saying. And that's why you got to sign Pettersson. Vancouver, roll it out. Roll it out this week or right before Christmas. I had to say it again. It felt nice. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. Subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the episode. And we'll see you maybe tomorrow, but definitely on Monday. Peace.